Good morning. Welcome to JP's Morning Brief with James Pierce. I hope everyone's having a good morning. Uh, Cold getting better to a point. Hopefully, I have a nice weekend. I have the Lincoln Reagan dinner tomorrow night. I really better be feeling good. So let's get the day started. Welcome to the JP Reports JP Morning Brief. As we get started, don't forget to click that follow button if you're not already a follower of the channel, and then give us a thumbs up like for the day's show. And don't be afraid to chat. You know, I was just thinking about the water's warm and it's shallow, so it's not going to hurt. So jump in, and I'll chat with you. I'll either talk to you across the screen or do a type response, and then it all goes the live chat goes away at the end of the uh, podcast anyway. All right. So if you want to leave a hard comment, do it in the comment section. Chat's only for while we're all talking and having fun here. All right. So we got all that done. I had fun last night. We went to Pints and Politics and Clean. I read across several candidates, especially Brad Buckley. He was really nice to me. We talked for a little bit, met some city council candidates. But then I came home, got ready for bed because I wanted to get some rest because I wanted to rest my chest a little bit more. Took some cold medicine and hit the rack after we took care of my lab. All right, so let's get on with JP or the morning brief. I have a American 250 letter for you. It's a short one because I wanted to get to more news with the brief. This is a letter from General George Washington, Joseph Johnson. Sir, I am very pleased to find that the strong recommendations you produce that we have among us brothers of the Six Nations a person who can explain to them the sense of their brothers on the dispute between us and the ministers of Great Britain. You have seen you have seen part of our strength and can form our brothers that we can withstand all their force, which those who want to rob us of our lands and our houses can send against us. You can tell our friends that they may always look upon me, whom the whole United Colonies have chosen to be their chief warrior, as a brother. With they continue in friendship with us, they may depend upon mine and the protection of those under my command. Tell them that we do not want to take up any hatchet for us except they choose it. We only desire that they will not fight against us. We want that the chain of friendship should always remain bright between our friends in the Six Nations and us. Their attention to you will be a proof to us they wish the same. We recommend you to them and hope by your spreading the truths of the Holy Gospel among them, it will contribute to keep the chain so bright that the malicious insinuations or practices of our enemies will never be able to break this union. We so much of the benefit of the brothers of the Six Nations and of us, and to prove to them that this is my desire and the warriors under me are here to subscribe my name at Cambridge, the 20th day of February, 1776, General Washington. Okay, so this is an attempt by General Washington to uh, bring peace among the brothers of the Six Nations and counteract the uh, the push from Great Britain to show that the colonists are the enemy and not Great Britain, which is vice versa. All right, so that's a good letter. Man, I can't breathe now. If it's not one thing, it's another, guys. Let's see here. Let me hit refresh. Alrighty. All right, so um, Okay, got that done. And then we have our Dalmatian. Hold on just a second. Dalmatian Burgers, Copper's Cove's own smash burger and hot dog restaurant. All their ingredients are homemade and fresh, and they are located on the west side of Copper's Cove and 190 behind Bush's Chicken, and they're open Tuesday through Saturday for dinner, and then Tuesday through Saturday for dinner from 5:30 to 7, and for lunch they're open from Monday through Saturday 11 to 2. Give them a try, all right? All right, so Nancy Guthrie update. They're just, for lack of better terms, they're at point one. It looks like they have yet to still find her or the perpetrators who kidnapped her. I'm going to put her picture back up here so people can see. And the guy on the right is the one that they're looking for. At the same time, get my mouse over here. Right there. Okay, so while y'all were sleeping, New York Post put out an article, right? And why nothing, Nancy Guthrie has been found from cops' early errors to DNA blunder. This week, FBI sources have said kidnapped Nancy Guthrie may be in Mexico, while Pima County, Arizona Sheriff's claims that the evidence puts her in Tucson. I would like to know where they got that one from. It's just one of many rifts between local cops and the feds, which critics say is a major reason why little progress has been done in finding Today Show host Savannah Guthrie's 84-year-old mom, who was abducted from her home on February 1st. The FBI should take the case over within the first few days, and we have been treating this as a kidnapping, and the FBI is the premier agency to deal with kidnapping, which is absolutely correct. Aaron Cross, president of the Pima County Deputies Association. So there's this disconnect between the deputies and the sheriff. But hard-headed Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos is keeping a tight grip on the case. Even though it's been over a week since they recovered doorbell footage of a masked man, which I just showed you on the screen just a second ago. FBI wasn't called for the first couple of days beside the high-profile abduction needing resources beyond what Tucson can offer. Man, I'm all congested up. I'm going to apologize again. There's also criticism. Local talks surrendered the scene too early, with everyone from reporters to true crime sleuths, which I am not one of them, have been able to walk right up to Guthrie's front door with no security or a crime scene tape. That was a mistake on their part, wasn't it? It looks unprofessional. It doesn't look good for our department. And we've had reporters walking up and essentially contaminating the scene. And then the next section says DNA. A miles-wide dragnet around Guthrie's home in Tucson recovered 17 discarded gloves, 16 of which turned out to be abandoned by law enforcement themselves during the manhunt. So we got cops out there being litter bugs. One glove found on the roadside 2 miles from Guthrie's home visibly resembled the black gloves worn by a man on the Nest doorbell video. However, it was sent to a Florida-based DNA labs instead of Quantico, where it could have been thoroughly tested. And Nanos insisted using a private lab in Florida. And the lab, which cost $200,000, was chosen because of his specialization in forensic genealogy, the officials in Pima County said. Uh, Colleen Fitzpatrick, who has worked with the Florida lab, explained it would generate multiple leads. If this guy's from Morocco, for example, you're not going to find out who he is. You're just going to know he's from Morocco, which is an investigative lead. But they don't got nothing unless they haven't told us. All right. The other detail that needs to be said was that yesterday afternoon, Today Show said that Savannah Guthrie is not coming back to the Today Show. She's been on it since 2012, but with all this going on, I hope everybody understands her first and foremost priority is to find her mom. Okay? What happened to my camera? Okay, hold on just a second here. Nobody can see me. I'm talking and nothing is happening. Okay, so, man, I hope this doesn't disconnect my feed. Nope. Cancel. Wow. Wonder why my camera did this. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna stand up for a second. What is going on with my recording? Alrighty. I might have to. This is crazy. Okay. Hopefully people can see me right now. I'm going to refresh my screen and just to see what's going on here. Nope, I'm still frozen. I tell you what. If I disconnect, I'll see y'all at 12, okay? Let me see. And I'm live here. If you can see me or hear me, please say something in the chat, please. All right? I'm looking. I think I'm live again. I'll hold up a peace symbol just so I can see myself, see if everything's okay. Oh yeah, I'm live. Okay, man, I don't know what happened. Okay, so let's go back to the JPA report. Let's get going on this. I have no idea why my camera did that. Did I freeze again? Nope. Okay, I'm good. All right. I apologize, people. I do not know what's going on. Okay, so next is it came across the news last night that Abigail Spanberger she's the Secretary General for the Democratic People's Republic of Virginia. She is going to be giving the Democrat response to Trump's State of the Union next Tuesday. So Virginia's Governor Abigail Spanberger will deliver the official Democrat response to President Donald Trump's State of the Union on February 24th. The high-profile speaking slot has proved to be a mixed blessing in recent years, providing both a national platform for a rising star and apparel for those who make it up, being the follow-up act to the president who has been just wrapped in the trappings of a speech in a joint session of Congress. The high-profile speaking slot, most of the responses speeches are either given to a quiet television studio in Washington, a living room in Kentucky diner, and who have been largely forgettable and remembered for unflattering reasons. But four presidents, Gerald Ford, George H.W. Bush, Bill Clinton, and Joe Biden, were tapped by the parties either solo or with colleagues to rebut the State of the Union and assume the presidency. Who all remembers when was Marco Rubio uh, said that he when he was given a response, I forget when it was, but I think it was with Barack Obama. Yeah, it had to have been. But he picked up a bottle of water. He said, "Excuse me," like a lot of us do when we're thirsty, when we're on camera for so long. But he grabbed the bottle of water and drank it on camera to in a closed caption audience. But I'll remember that. But it didn't bother me. I think I was thirsty, and I understand what it feels like to speak for a long period of time without drinking anything. All right, but so Abigail Spanberger is going to give the Democrat response, and then Alex, let's see, um, the guy from California. I thought I had his name on here. Oh, Alex Padilla. He's going to give the Democrat response in Spanish. He's the guy that marched into a briefing in Los Angeles when Kristi Noem was speaking. Didn't identify himself until the very last second as he's being detained, and interrupted the press conference and got taken down. I guess they felt sorry for him and was going to let him talk, try to get his name out, right? And then to go along with that is in Kentucky, which is one of the Democrat responses back a few years ago, right? Kentucky's Republican auditor Allison Ball spoke to Fox News this week about a report she'll be flagging concerning about lavish spending in the state's executive branch headed by Democratic Governor Andy Beshear, who is widely believed to have presidential ambitions down the road. Ball issued a report early this month outlining spending by the executive branch in the fiscal year 2025 entered into the state's system and flagging issues she believes demonstrates extravagant spending of tax dollars that needs to stop. The concerning expenditures include, get this, $183,575.87 for out-of-state travel costs involving $7,632.07 for a limousine in Germany, and $17,012 a dinner at a Kentucky distillery, and $360,000 for 75 people to attend a 2-day conference within the Commonwealth. We saw some really excessive, really worrying, questionable expenditures. For example, one thing we saw was that the governor and the tourism cabinet spent $338,000 for a nonprofit called First Saturday in May. So people who are not in Kentucky, the first Saturday in May is when the Kentucky Derby happens. So that money actually went to events for VIPs and to come in and celebrate and observe the Derby. If the Derby makes so much money, because I have a daughter who lives in Louisville, that place is drenched in money that whole weekend in May. Why does the government of Kentucky need to spend $338,000 on tourism when tourism naturally happens? Don't make sense. Okay, we'll go over more of this at 12. The next one I want to go over is more campaigning on Democrats in Nebraska. Dan Osborne, a Nebraska independent Senate hopeful, with deep ties to Democrats, has faced criticism for funneling a significant amount of campaign funds to his family members, including almost $250,000 to his wife and her political consulting firm. Across both his failed bid in 2024 and his current bid in 2026, Osborne, his wife, daughter, and sister-in-law have raked in north of $370,000, according to the Federal Election Commission filings reviewed by Fox News. The money originates from Osborne's campaign and his affiliated Political Action Committee, the Working Class Heroes Fund. In July, Osborne, who is trying to oust Senator Pete Ricketts, a Republican in Nebraska, faced heat over his FEC filings that showed his campaign made 6 payments to his wife, Megan, amounting to roughly $19,000 between April and June. This is why we need campaign finance reform right here. All right. So that is done. And now, boy, my numbers are off on my OBS now because I had to restart. So I have no idea what time is it? 6:52. Okay, so another one I'm going to discuss a little bit later is there's a New Hampshire poll that's out for the top 3 Democrats in the 2028 presidential poll. Right now, they are Gavin Newsome, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and Pete Buttigieg. He is in first place. Do they give numbers? 20% of the Democrat voters in New Hampshire said they'll vote for Buttigieg if the nomination was today, and then followed by Newsome and Sandy Cortez. They were tied at 15% each, and then Kamala Harris and then Mark Kelly came in at 10% each. Everyone else was in single digits. Wow. Okay. So we'll go over that. And then, let's see here. Let's see here. I'm still here, guys. I ain't frozen up. Okay, I'm just trying to get focused on what's going on. My system's really messing up. Okay, you know what? How about if we leave a little bit early, and so it gives me a chance to get more situated for 12 o'clock. All right, but I apologize for that. I have no idea what's happening on my system right now. But hey, let me just show you my socials real quick. We're at 6:54 anyway. I'm not going to get a chance to raid to Vince, so y'all just go over to the Bongino Report channel and watch Vince at 7 o'clock. Okay, these are my socials on X, Fakebook, ScrewTube, and Truth Social. All right, I will see everybody at 12 o'clock with the JPA report. I'll catch you on the flip side. I'm out.